Hello, welcome back to Bible Basics. Today we're going to be reading Matthew 17:14 through 21, and we're going to talk about the power of faith. The power of faith and how God really empowers us to do a lot of things that we think are impossible. So before I start, I do want to give some context into what we're reading. Up to this point, Jesus is healing people left and right. And people know about what he's capable of. His legend has grown exponentially, so a lot of people know what he's doing. And so people naturally bring demon-possessed people who are sick to him to heal. They bring a demon-possessed boy to his disciples, and we'll see how that goes. Let's read Matthew 17:14. Jesus heals the demon-possessed boy. When they came to the crowd, a man approached Jesus and knelt before him. "Lord, have mercy on my son," he said. "He has seizures and is suffering greatly. He often falls into the fire or into the water. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him." "You unbelieving and perverse generation," Jesus replied. "How long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me." Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of the boy, and he was healed at that moment. Then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked, "Why couldn't we drive it out?" He replied, "Because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." The disciples had been with Jesus for quite some time, so they should have learned by now what the power of faith could do. They had seen Jesus' faith in action. They had seen the miracles he had worked. Now, I'm not accusing them of anything, but I think that they kind of became comfortable in their proximity to Jesus, right? Where they had been with Jesus side by side and they felt like, oh, we can do what he's doing, you know? Instead of relying on the power of their faith, they're relying on just their proximity to Jesus. And I feel like that speaks to me. I feel like sometimes we can get complacent, right? If we've been in the faith for a while, we can kind of get complacent, like, oh, I read my Bible, I pray, I kind of have this active relationship with God. But if we're not using that power that God has given us, then we're kind of wasting away, right? We're kind of just feeding ourselves and we're not really making an impact on the world. I feel like disciples found themselves in a situation where they still needed to learn, where they still had to grow in their faith, where maybe they thought they had it all figured out. Maybe they thought they were good, but Jesus proves to them quickly that they still had a long ways to go. And on the topic of the faith, I feel like faith gives us so much. It gives the power to overcome obstacles, the power to comfort us, the power to drive demons, the power to provide hope, the power to love. All those things are very powerful things that we can really change the world around us. Maybe we can't change the whole world, but we can change the world around us, our immediate circle, the people around us. I feel like for me, more than anything, my faith has given me comfort and hope. Comfort in the way I view myself, the way I feel inside, where I feel healed and I feel at peace, and hope in as far as like I know what purpose I need to do to achieve what I need to do. I feel like I know my next direction in life. I feel like I know what I need to do to really live God's purpose in my life. And you maybe ask yourself, how do I even have faith? How do I achieve this power of faith? And it's very simple. All you have to do is really seek God. So the Bible says, "Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open to you." And I think that applies heavily to God. If we see God wholeheartedly, if we really want a relationship with God, God will be there. God will be ready for us. But it's really our choice. He will give us the choice whether we want to be his child or not. God is a God of free will, where we have our own choices, where we make our own decisions. If our decision is not to follow our God, that's our decision. If our decision is to follow God, then God will be ready to receive us with open arms. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.